Hello students, now in this session of video we will discuss cocoon to silk. Clear? Now in this one we will understand how to rearing a silk from a cocoon. Clear? For obtaining a silk moth or reared from the cocoon are called collected get silk thread. Clear? Now we are going to discuss the cocoon to silk. Dear students, now just see that we have already discussed the healthiest and moth is chosen for breeding. This silk moth laying eggs on a mulberry trees. Clear? We have already discussed the life cycle of this silk moth. Now in this case we are converting cocoon to silk. So what happened? The larva that emerges once the eggs hatch and fade mulberry leaves, they continue feeding too. So what we are doing, we will first of all choose a best breed silk moth, and to collecting that we are put up that silk moth in the mulberry trees, and once the larva is converted we will put up these larvae into mulberry trees, and these larvas is eating the mulberry tree 20 to 35 days and start grown up. Clear? When the silk is about 35 days old, silkworm is about 35 days old, it start spinning a cocoon. Clear? So this is what caterpillar we called it, a larvae also. So it starting made up silk, start spinning silk itself. Clear? Just look at that again. This is caterpillar, and this caterpillar start spinning silk around it like that. Suppose that this is caterpillar, so what did it do? It is spinning the silk around it. Clear? And this process take place 3 to 7 days. Clear? And a small moth is developed inside of that one. So what we are doing next process, next we will put up all these pupas inside of a warm water. The pupa inside of a cocoon are killed by putting the cocoon in a hot water. So what we are getting, the process is, first we'll select this and keep it by mulberry trees. This caterpillar eat mulberry trees, and for 20 to 35 days, after 35 days it is spinning, start producing silk around it like that. Clear? And when the cocoon is developed, we put up this cocoon inside of hot water. And why? Which is kill the worms as well as the loosen the filaments. Means this in the inside of cocoon, we know that there is a silkworm. This is silkworm. So when we put up this cocoon in a hot water, so what happened? This cocoon is killed and it's lose this silk. It is attached with this one. So to loosen the filament of this silk, we will kill it. Now the next process, what we are doing in the next process, we'll see that this is the next process. We are getting a cocoon, and from the eyelet one of these I will take and use it by the spinning and start spinning this. So the silk thread is separating now, and this process is called spinning. One end of the silk thread is passed through eyelet and thread. This is eyelet passed over there, and thread reeled in a wheel. So what we are doing, we are reeled a thread in this wheel like that. Clear? And the next process, what we have a single filaments are washed. We are getting a single filament and we washed, dried and twist to form a yarn. So what we are getting single thread like that. Then again we are twisting it, we start twisting like that, one over another. Clear? So the texture of the fabric depends upon the manner of twisting. How much we are twisting, that it is the texture of the fabric depends on. Clear? So what we are doing, we are finding a silk from a silk moth. So this is the process. First we take a good breed silk moth, then we collect all the silk moth, and to place egg of this silk moth in the mulberry trees, and it is developed into caterpillar larvae, then it is converted into pupa. This is now again we put up this in hot water to kill inside of the silk moth develop, and then the next process to separating silk by a wheel with the help of eyelet. Clear? And after that the texture. So the texture is different type of texture we'll see. So this is the process to obtaining silk from cocoon.